How could it be? How could it be, wondered the Mesilas Yesharim? How could it be that after we were given such an amazing seichel, such an amazing insight, das, chachma, wisdom, atachonin l'adam das, umlamed lenosh bina chonin, l'adam das, Kadosh Baruch Hu begins us with das, as those who were with us in Mesilas Yesharim in Shemon Esrei explained, learned that there is a chanina of das to Adam. Men, people, humans, wake up with tremendous insight. We have enormous insight, the least intelligent amongst us. All the more so those who are highly intelligent and learned amongst us. Such das mankind has. And one of the things we understand is what life's all about. So Mesilas Yesharim didn't understand, how could it be, after we know all this, that a person chooses to be less than an animal and not know what to do, and not work on zihirus, not work on being watchful of his actions as he does them, and being considerate and being midbonin and reflective about them after he does them. And he continues where we left off. Hinei, Yirmiyahu Hanavi, Haimitonein, he would complain, Al b'nei roa b'nei doro, on the wickedness, the evil, so to speak, not so to speak, of b'nei doro, those of his generation. B'nei Yosem neguim b'nega hamida zos, they were nagua. Nagua means like to be like infected in modern Hebrew. Like if somebody has a lot of bugs, you say it's nagu with the bugs. And nega is like a blemish, right? So naguyim, lashon nega, like negia also. Naguyim b'nega midas oshayim malim meinei masayim. They weren't paying attention to their actions, right? So again, I emphasize, the point is not just they were doing bad or not doing bad. It's about the being the halamasayin. I did something bad. Okay, that's bad. But do I recognize it? Do I pay attention to it? Do I see it? Do I realize it? No. In order, without judging whether they were good. So it's incredible, because we often make the equation about Yiddishkeit, it's about doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing. But here we're learning a whole different aspect. What he's emphasizing here about Zirus, it's about evaluating my actions. And obviously when I evaluate, sometimes I find out that I did the wrong thing, but I have to evaluate. That's the question. Am I evaluating? Am I considering it? Am I looking at it? Am I delving into it? Should I do this? Should I not do this? There's no one who regrets his actions. What did I do? Kulo shav. Listen to this, friends. Kulo shav. Everybody's running. B'merutzasim. In Hebrew we call race cars rechavei merutz. Right? They're running. Merutzasim. Kesu shotiv b'milchama. Like a horse in milchama. Today we would say maybe like an F-35, or perhaps a B-2 stealth bomber. Right? Kesu shotiv b'milchama. End of quote. V'hainu. She'rodfim v'holchim. They were running, chasing, and going. B'merutzas hergelim, in their normal practices, their hergel, their habits, v'darcheim, their ways. B'bli sheniach zman latzman, without leaving time for themselves. Ledaktik al hamasim v'adrachim, to look into and be medaktik, like a diktuk, like diuk, grammar, right? It doesn't mean that they weren't into grammar, but it means ledaktik means to like stand on, to wonder. Diuk this is what Rashi means, but the fact he didn't say this or he did say this, we can understand the Rashi, right? Diktuk is inference and looking into. So being medaktik in halacha, is this the right bracha? Is that the right bracha? So they were medaktik on their ma'asim v'adrachim, on their actions and on their ways, their derech. What's my derech in life? What am I about? V'nimtza shem noflim bara b'li rodota. And then the unfortunate result of that is that they're falling in the ra without even seeing it. Running. B'merutzas hergelam b'li shesim alev. Sound familiar? We know anybody like that? Do we know any generation like that? How much are people running around? I always wonder when it comes to phones. They make like the faster phone. Why? For what? Where is everybody running to? Because there's such masmidim. The Yeshivas Chaim, they say, didn't use shoes with laces, I think. I don't remember where I saw this, because he didn't want the extra time of having to tie his shoes. That was the Heilige Yeshivas Chaim. Who can imagine such a person, even? Yeshivas Chaim saw from one end of the world to the other. But why does my phone have to work so much faster? So it's and we all know that's what they're selling on, right? The iPhone 16 or the the Galaxy, whatever, and the this. It's what's better. Well, it's got another camera, Baruch Hashem, or one less camera, one better camera, one this camera, one that camera, and now it works even faster. I think I've made this quip joke before. It used to be talking about how long it took to boot up. We don't boot up now. We don't boot up. Not booting nothing. Turn on the phone and let it work. Let's go. Why does it take any time at all? This is ridiculous. Steve Jobs once demanded from his people, if it takes 9 seconds fast, and they told him it's impossible to do in 9 seconds. I don't remember the exact number, right? So he said 1 billion people times 9 seconds is with this many lifetimes. But he was wrong, because Steve Jobs understood nothing about life. He understood about Apple, he understood about, he was a genius in his way, because the 9 seconds people aren't using anyway in the right way. If he's talking about, B'nai Torah, Chashuv surgeons or something, 9 seconds, in a Chanami, you can learn the Masechta every. We're running. We're just running so crazy, and we're stuck in it. Now, that is a generational thing that we move faster and faster and faster. But now in our humble but wonderful generation, friends, where are we at? We're at the stage where that even any time we would have, right? The Mesilas Yesharim was talking not in the technological world, but then a person would be so busy with work, just go work, get home, eat, go to sleep. Right? I'll put it sometimes even learn, and you don't pay attention. And now, the little time we would have for reflection, for consideration, for getting in touch with ourselves, to knowing what it's all about, what do? We're busy with our phones. It's incredible. We don't see the Yetzer Hara work here. I don't remember if I said it here, and I apologize if I said it already, but I remember I said in Yeshiva, and it was very well received. I have to give a big Yesher Koach to the Yetzer Hara. I mean, he's incredible. Like, could you make something better if you really wanted to get humanity, drugged and zombie-like and out of things and zoned out and unfocused than the smartphone? The magical machine? It's magical. The universal scroll. I was talking about the person who made the infinite scroll, right? He said he made it because he wanted to help humanity. Because why do people have to wait when they're on Amazon to load another page till you get, your right garden utensils? But then he woke up and he realized, oh my gosh, it's addicting people. And he was a Baal Tshuva Gomer. I think he became not a Jewish Baal Tshuva, but he realized he and his little, 50 white guys between 25 and 35 from Stanford, many of them, what they did to humanity, and he's about Tshuva now. He's trying to undo it. How do you undo it? It's getting faster and faster, worse and worse. And AI, who's going to have any time for anything? I have my AI buddy, who's going to talk to me, and he's not going to leave me any time to think about myself. He's going to make me feel good the whole time. Maybe I start feeling bad about the fact that I'm spending all my life with AI, and I speak to my AI friend about it, and he understands, and it's okay. I'll take the I understand you. And one is in a world of lack of reality, binge watching. Okay, everybody knows what I'm talking about. But I'm just bringing this down in our context first, because this is what Zahiris is all about. And this is the exact opposite of Zahiris, to be considerate about what I'm doing and whether I should do it or not doing it. You need time away. And if you don't have it, you won't do it. Vulam continues the Mesilas Yesharim. This is none less than one of the strategies, the ways. Hayetzer harav armaton. It's trickery, it's chicanery, it's trickery. Lachbid avodaso, to milashon COVID, to lachbid. It's like to place on heavily his avoda betmidus, constantly alibas bnei adam, on the hearts of man. That they don't have any time to consider what they're doing. Now, why? Why is Yetzer Hara doing this? Why is he working so hard? He knows. If they would just paid a little bit of attention, just open up, just stop. Do you really want to talk to your wife like that? Do you really want to be so fetchy to your husband? Is you showing your anguish and your anxiety to your kids, helping them? Think about it. Are you really learning enough? You can't squeeze another Seder in somewhere, but you don't have any time to consider it. Is that davening? Coming late, leaving early. The most exciting you ever have in davening is if on Monday you happen to see a chassan. That's the most exciting thing for you davening. Or you daven beautifully Friday night and you don't make Kriya Shema the next day. Well, what's that about, right? Oh, I'm in the Karlbach, I'm in Givaldi, and then what? Oh, I missed Kriya Shema. This one's me Kriya Shema. You miss my Kriya Shema. Kabbalah Shabbos is a minig altogether. I love Kabbalah Shabbos, but it's a minig. A minhag. There are places they don't do it. Panim Mishnah says, Kriya Shema is Muvad Lo Yecholid Kan. Kabbalah Samachot Shemaim, the foundation of our faith, everything. Abbas Hashem, Yerush Hashem, Yichud Hashem, the Shemir Mitzvahs Tamidias. So what's on Kriya Shema? Okay, it's Kriya Shema. Pay attention, think about it. Is that it? Right? Yodeo, he knows. Shilule Hayu, Samim Libim Kimat Kadal Darchem. If they would just pay attention a little bit. Vade Shmiyare Matchil Minachim Masem, they would begin to regret. Vayisa HaCharata Holechet Mitgaber Behem. And the Charata, the regret, would get greater and greater to them. This is not the life I want to live. This is not the way I want to be. This is not my davening. This is not my learning. This is my tefillah. This is not my community involvement. This is not my parenting. This is not my grandparenting. This isn't my spousing. This isn't the life I meant to be. This is what I got involved in this whole business in the first place. Why am I making so much money again? Until they would leave the Chei Gamri. Paro had this eitz also. Paro, of course, is equated to the Yitzhahara. You don't accept the complaints of the Jewish people. Get them working. Don't listen to their sheker. Don't lean towards. What did Paro mean? It wasn't. We think that it was just Paro wanted them to work hard. He wanted more bricks. Wanted more buildings, more pyramids, or whatever they were building over there, wherever it was, right? No, he didn't want them to pay attention. He didn't want more output. He didn't want more bricks. He wanted less brain power. That's what Paro wanted. He was smart. Or they shouldn't have time. We can get together. We can beat up on Paro. We're more than them. We have a plan, but they didn't have any time. He was trying to upset, to disturb, upset their heart from any hidbonun. Their heart. Here you see heart in the context like mind, right? The regish is midbonin, the heart, the mind is midbonin. They're just working the whole time. Well, what's a Jew going to do in Mitzrayim? How much is bonus do people have? And how many Musar do people have in Auschwitz? Hardly alive. Kain hi atzas yetzer mamash al bnei adam. This is the way of the Yetzer Hara mamash, not a little bit, mamish. Mamash al bnei adam ki ish milchamahu lomud bar mimus. We're going to go back to that in the next section. That's such an important idea. But before going back to that, we'll deal with in our next session together. But I want to go back in this paragraph because on the one hand, it's deeply depressing, especially in our time, and especially when one opens up his eyes. Just travel the train one time. The bus is a great time for me with Bonin, but people are just, sending another message, watching another video, making another scroll. Think about what you're doing. It's a great time. You're on the train. It's smooth. Bus already. Okay, the bus is bumping. And boom. You're on the train. Take some time. No, I can't. Got to keep up on. Maybe I'm going to miss a message. You look around. No one's thinking. So it's still very depressing. But friends, Rabotai, you're a Thai. It's also deeply exhilarating and very positive because listen to his basic belief in certainly Klal Yisrael and perhaps all humanity. What does Yetzer Hara know? If they would just pay attention a little bit, they would improve. You see that? That's a belief in humanity. That's the belief in the Kedusha of humanity, the Kedusha of Klal Yisrael. Right? You could have just said if a rodent pays attention, he's not going to get anywhere. The human being, Klal Yisrael for sure, If he paid attention, he's going to get better, and he's going to charat and he'll be ozev v'cheit. So it's really like when we talk about it, like Averis being chitzoni to the person. Kapara is like wiping away. L'chaper maaseh means just to wipe away. It's on the outside. Like, you have a nice formica, and it gets the tomato stains get on it. It's easy to get it off. Look at that. So that's really we have to help people and ourselves. Just get out of that context, and you see so much. Person goes away, meditates a little bit, goes into the forest, comes to yeshiva, goes away on a vacation sometimes, and they just get out of where they are, and they're going to start thinking. I'm remembering something I read. It was so beautiful. It moved me so much. There's a book called Fingerprints on the Universe, and they quote an astronaut there who was like alone suddenly on a moonwalk. I don't know, known astronaut, not one of the known missions. They didn't go, I don't think, to the moon, etc. But he was up there in outer space, and he had the tether cord, no drama, and he was connected, but he was alone in space, looking there at the moon, at the earth, at the sun, whatever he was seeing. And they asked him, like, what were you thinking about? What came to you? Questions. I started thinking about, like, why am I here? What's it all about? I mean, when it was natural for him to deal with existential big questions. And when you deal with existential big questions, you start to say, like, why am I here? What am I doing? Why am I in this rat race? But it just came out from him when astronauts are high level people. They're really smart. Generally, they're in good physical shape, all that, etc. So when it just went away, it just came to him. That's what Mesilas Yesharim is talking about here. So what we have to do for ourselves and others is just like get them out of the context of getting out of that, and there will be, believe in humanity, believe in the goodness that's inside of ourselves and the desire. Now, it could be we have so many layers, our brains are so fried today, it might take a little bit of extra work, right? The Mesilas Yesharim 200 years ago, the situation he was writing on me was a little simpler. Certainly a little simpler. So it might be more than just a moment, that I can't say. But the basic point that humanity is looking to grow, that humanity is looking to be good, that humanity is looking to get away, and therefore that's the chachma of the Yetzer Hara, which we'll discuss next time, is incredible. To realize what he has to do is keep us really, really busy. But it's depressing, but it's as the lashon of the Rabbeinu Yonah somewhere, it's a Pesach Tikva Nichbad Ma'od. It's a very, very honorable and amazing point of entry and hatzlacha that we can be mitzapah to and makavah to. And we see that. You see people, right? They just get out of the context, out of the rat race a little, and they grow so much, and they achieve so much in inner work, in Torah, and avodas Hashem, and reality checking, because they got out of that whole mess. So let's see the positive in it also.